Hello and welcome into Palm Springs Stadium here on Sunday, June 23rd. Another day of the PSCL. It's the Coyotes against the Bootleggers. The Bootleggers, the away team coming in at 5-3, the Coyotes at 5-4. Welcome into the broadcast. Adam Oppenheim alongside Griffin Epstein. Griffin, this should be a fun one today.
Absolutely. You got two teams over 500, both teams second and third in the Northern Division, very much PSCL championship contenders. They're trying to chase down the Blue Sox, who've had a great start to the season, 7-2. The Bootleggers a game and a half back, and the Coyotes 2 games back. And the Blue Sox have the day off, so for both these teams, it's a big game to try to make up some ground as they wrap up their second week here in Palm Springs.
So let's get you the starting lineups first for the visiting Bootleggers. Troy Johnson will lead off, followed by Trez Uemoto. Nicholas Gonzalez, Connor Martin will be 3 and 4. Owen Rice, Anthony Carrillo is 5-6. Bo Carrier will hit 7th, followed by the bottom 3 in the lineup, Evan Percival, Brock Robb, and Nico Sampion. They will face the righty Dane Richards. For the Coyotes, who has a fastball, slider, changeup, Dane Richards on the year. 3 games pitched in, 2 games started, 10 1/3, 2.26 ERA. Square around to bunt is Johnson, and the first pitch is taken for a strike after he pulls the bunt back. So it's quickly 0-1 on Troy Johnson. In those 10 1/3, he's allowed 5 runs, 3 being earned, a pair of home runs, 8 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Count moves to now 1-1. Both these teams are pretty much tied up together in the Northern Division. That next pitch is in for a strike. So in a really important game, both these teams, like you mentioned, Griffin, chasing the Blue Sox, who've won 3 in a row, have scored 85 runs. That's the most out of any PSCL team. That's going to be a floater into center field. Cade Varner will come on, can't make the catch. He was trying to make a diving running catch, came at a weird angle, and it's going to be a leadoff knock for Troy Johnson. And that gives you a chance to lay out the defense for the Coyotes. And the outfield from left to right, Christian Ariola's in left, Cade Varner's in center, Lucas Tyrado's in right field. Around the infield from third to first, Nicholas Basilovsky at the hot corner, Jay Schultz at shortstop, Bruce Sly at second, Connor Meager at first. Behind the plates, Jackson Burnett catching Dane Richards. Brings up Trez Uemoto with the runner on first and no outs here in the top of the first. First pitch in is outside, ball 1. Leadoff runner is oh so important, especially in a 7-inning game in the PSCL. Johnson, pretty sizable lead at first, will hold there, swing and a miss. Strike 1 on the pitch to Trez Uemoto. One and one, and before the 1-1 pitch, a check on Johnson back at first.
Richards throws a fastball, slider, and changeup 3-pitch mix. Fastball gets up to about 80 on the gun.
Here's the next pitch. That misses high and away. Fastball at 76. So it's 2-1 on Trez Uemoto. Johnson, a really big lead at first base. He's still going to hold there, and the pitch misses off the outer black. It's 3-1. It's not the most ideal start for the Coyotes starter. And Dane Richards is going to have to battle back here from a hitter's count at 3-1. And another check on Johnson at first base. Coyotes definitely worried about the Bootleggers' speed in this game. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Misses away, ball 4, and it's first and second for the Bootleggers with no outs.
It's an early start on a beautiful Sunday morning, and striking first is certainly important, an important game, and the Bootleggers off to a good offensive start here in the top of the first, putting some early pressure on Dane Richards.
Brings up Nicholas Gonzalez out of the 3 spot. The first baseman today for the Bootleggers. Takes the first pitch, not particularly close to the zone, ball one. Fastball at 79, and Dane Richards has not been able to locate it so far. Hasn't even been able to get to a lot of secondary pitches like you mentioned, Griffin, the slider and the changeup. That pitch is in on the hands and fouled back into the netting. So it's 1-1, 2 on, no outs. Troy Johnson walked. He singled. He's on second base. Trez Uemoto walked. He's on first base. First two have reached. Top of the first. Here, Palm Springs Stadium. 1-1 pitch. That's an off-speed pitch. It just flies away from the zone, and it's 2-1.
You look at the Bootleggers season. They started really hot. They won their first 4 games, had a day off, then dropped 3 in a row, but took down the Rush on Friday, a 5-3 win. That was an important W.
2-1 pitch. It's fouled back, so it's 2-2.
And then the day off yesterday, so now kind of a time to reset for the Bootleggers, and now you start another 4-game stretch before you have a day off on Thursday.
So the count is now even at 2-2 on Gonzalez. Obviously, you don't get a ton of days off, but that's usually what the players want, playing over the summer and to help further their careers. It's 2-2 on Gonzalez. First and second, no outs. Here's Richards to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A changeup got Gonzalez out ahead and a big first out of the first inning.
Much needed strike out, 72 on the gun, and Gonzalez was way out in front of that changeup.
Here's Connor Martin, the cleanup hitter for the Bootleggers today. First pitch he takes high. Another changeup up in the zone. First and second, 1 out. Top of the first, the 1-0 pitch. Misses outside.
You can tell Richards still trying to locate that fastball and start to establish himself in the strike zone. And he's giving a lot of Bootleggers early some hitters counts.
And the count moves to 3-0 now, as there's been not a ton of competitive pitches for Richards. As record the 1 out on the strikeout from Gonzalez, but now is falling behind 3-0 to Martin. That pitch is called a strike on the outside corner. Ben Sontag's behind the plate today, and in the field, John DeCesar. Umpire crew for this morning. The next pitch is lined over the head of Schultz into the left center gap. That's going to score 1 in Johnson. Uemoto's going to get the wave around. It's going to be a 2 RBI double for Connor Martin, and the Bootleggers strike right away. It's 2-0.
Well, the cleanup hitter does exactly that. Runners on the pond, and Martin blasts a double into the alleyway, and the Bootleggers get a big first punch after a day off yesterday. They're certainly hot out of the gates.
A pitch down and away that Martin went and got out of the zone, and 92 off the bat on a line into left center. Brings up Owen Rice, who gets hit on a slider that just slipped out of the hand of Dane Richards. And he has been struggling here in the first to start.
Richards just finished his freshman season in his hometown community college, Macomb, Michigan. Macomb Community College. Certainly not the start he was looking for on this Sunday morning.
And now a quick visit on the mound from Cameron Vollmer.
The Bootleggers are young, but they certainly have some talented bats, especially at the top of the lineup. They have some good young arms, and John Tessier has certainly motivated his team. And the Bootleggers, even though they're the youngest team in the league, have really seen some good play and got that much-needed win against the Rush on Friday before their day off to snap a 3-game losing streak. And it's a big one, tone setter to start this week and start this 4-game stretch as they try to chase down the Blue Sox to win today, and they're just a game back of the Blue Sox, who have the day off.
Brings up Anthony Carrillo with Martin at second, Rice at first. First pitch in for a strike. Catches the bottom of the zone. Really solid pitch there. 80 on the fastball. Two already in the inning. Runner takes off for third, and Martin. It's fouled back down the third base line. Martin got a really good jump.
Richards hasn't paid a huge amount of attention to the base runners so far, but really just trying to find some confidence and rhythm on the mound. You can't blame him.
Take a short look back at Martin, and now a second look. And we'll fire the 0-2 to the plate. Misses low on the slider. Count moves to 1-2 with one out. 2-0 Bootleggers here in the top of the first. And the 2 RBI double by Connor Martin, who stands on second base. That's a ground ball right back to Richards. Will turn to second and throw it away. Into center field it goes. Martin's going to score on the air. The throw comes into third's not in time. 3-0 Bootleggers. On what could have been an inning-ending double play, Richards throws it away. And the Bootleggers have scored 3 here in the first.
That's a tough break for the Coyotes. That was really a tailor-made double play ball, but especially for a pitcher, it can get a little hard to field throwing from the mound, and just a wide throw to Schultz, who was coming over to cover the bag.
Carrillo takes off for second. The throw down there is not going to be in time. Rice is going to hold at third base on the throw down to second. So now it's 2 more runners in scoring position. Still only 1 out in the inning, Griffin.
Yeah, it's a game of inches. A wide throw could end the inning, and instead now you have 2 runners in scoring position and a chance for more.
The 1-0 pitch is fouled back into the netting. So it's 1-1 with 1 out. Not the start you're looking for if you're Cameron Vollmer. And it's obviously not an easy play for a pitcher anyways to turn and throw to second, but looked like Richards might have hurried the throw. The 1-1 pitch, it's popped up. It's going to go onto the outfield grass, rather, into the infield dirt. It takes Bruce Sly, who makes the catch. Like it could add a little more carry, but it's a routine pop out. P4, and there's 2 outs in the top of the first.
This is a big at bat here for Evan Percival. You're a swing away from really putting up a crooked number on the scoreboard here in the top half of the first.
Percival steps in, the catcher for the Bootleggers. Second and third, 2 outs. First pitch in. Outside corner, strike 1. He painted that pitch beautifully. Did Richards. Rice at third, Carrillo at second. 3 in the inning already. Next pitch. It's a strike. That's a changeup at 66.
It's a tough pitch after an 80-mile-per-hour fastball. See if Richards goes back to it.
The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Nasty slider for Richards, and he gets out of the inning. But the Bootleggers pick up 3 in the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first between the Bootleggers and the Coyotes. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Back at Palm Springs Stadium, bottom of the first between the Bootleggers and the Coyotes. The Bootleggers score 3 in the top of the first on 2 hits. And now it's the Coyotes' chance to hit. In the home half of the first, the Coyotes lineup starts with Bruce Sly, who's stepping to the plate now, followed by Jackson Burnett. Nicholas Bosilkovsky will hit third. Connor Meagher's in the cleanup spot. 5 and 6 is Cade Varner, Christian Arriola, followed by Jay Schultz. 8, 9, 10, Carson Romero, Dallas Yardley, Lucas Tirado. And they're going to face Christian Maciel, who has a fastball, curveball, and a forkball. First pitch in a Sly. It's taken for a strike.
Maciel out of Valley View High School in Moreno Valley. It's about 45 minutes on the other side of San Jacinto Mountains from here in the Coachella Valley.
The 0-1 pitch misses inside. It's 1-1. Maciel on the year has pitched in 2 games, 1 game started. He's gone 5 2/3 total. The ERA above 10, but not a ton of innings, so can easily improve on that. The 1-1 pitch just misses the bottom of the zone. A fastball at 80.
A lot of young arms on this Bootleggers team with a lot of talent. Multiple guys just out of high school, 18, 19-year-olds.
Bruce Sly takes the next pitch low. It's 3-1. Three-one count to Sly. 3 straight balls thrown by Maciel. He's going to have to come to the plate here. Misses inside, ball 4. It's a leadoff walk for the Coyotes. Bruce Sly is 8th walk already of the year.
Coyotes are kind of they are in the opposite spot the Bootleggers are coming into this game. This is their 4th consecutive game, and they'll have a day off tomorrow compared to the Bootleggers who are just coming off their day off.
Jackson Burnett, soft ground to shortstop. Owen Rice is going to field, only plays to first, and it's there in time as Gonzalez was able to hold on to the bag. So smart play there to get the out as Sly advances to second. And let's give you the Bootleggers defense. And the outfield from left to right, Chory Johnson's in left field, Connor Marnes in center, Anthony Carrillo's in right field. Bo Carrillo's playing the hot corner. Owen Rice is at shortstop. Trez Uemoto's at second. Nicholas Gonzalez manning first. Behind the dish is Evan Percival catching Christian Maciel. Brings to the plate Nicholas Bosilkovsky. First pitch to Bosilkovsky. It's taken right down the middle for a strike.
How about Bosilkovsky? 2nd in the league right now in batting average. He's hitting exactly at 500 in 9 games played on the season. 20 at bats, 10 for 20.
Here's the next pitch. It's lined into right center field. That's going to be another hit for Bosilkovsky. Bruce Sly is going to come home on the RBI single by Nicholas Bosilkovsky. I'm not sure you can name a hotter hitter in the PSCL, and he delivers again.
Wow, what a start to the season. He has just 1 game he does not have a hit in. That was just the 2nd game of the season. It's now an 8 games hit streak for Bosilkovsky.
Wastes absolutely no time swinging at a 1-0 pitch that was in the zone. Puts his average above 500 now, 11th hit. As a check on Bosilkovsky, and they get him at first base. Oh, what a pickoff move by Christian Maciel. A super quick move to step off the mound and toss to first. And a rare pickoff. I'm not even sure Bosilkovsky was going towards second base.
Maciel was a really quick pickoff throw, and Bosilkovsky was just caught off guard.
Connor Meagher fouls the next pitch off. It's 0-1 at the end of his bat. What a wild turn of events. It looked like the Coyotes had a little bit of a rally going, scoring the first run, but it's cut down shortly at first base. Meagher fouls the next pitch off behind the netting. So it's 0-2 on Connor Meagher. So walk that started by Sly. Burnett grounded out to shortstop and Owen Rice to advance him to second, and Bosilkovsky sent him home on an RBI single. He then proceeded to get picked off at first base by Christian Maciel. 0-2 on Meager. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just got a piece of it. Curveball that was just below the zone. Started in the zone, and Meager was just able to get a piece of it. 0-2 on Meager from Christian Maciel. 3-1 Bootleggers. Bottom of the first. The 0-2 pitch again. It's on the ground of the third baseman, Career. Can't make the play. Meager's going to reach first base on the E5. It looked like Career had it in his glove and then just suddenly lost it. And it's the second error of the ball game. Now one for each team.
That's right through the wickets on what would have been out number 3.
So the inning continues for Cade Varner. Maciel, no check on Meager, will deliver home and then beam Varner on his front leg, it looks like. He's okay running to first. And now that pickoff is looking awfully good if you're Christian Maciel, because otherwise the bases would have been loaded with one out. So after the error, a hit by pitch to Cade Varner brings up Christian Arriola. First and second, 2 outs. Meager at second, Varner at first. A long look at Meager. And that's going to be driven into left field. Troy Johnson moving over near the line. He makes the catch on the run. Great catch, Troy Johnson. A ball struck well by Arriola, but it's a fly out to the left fielder, Johnson. The Coyotes strike back with 1 run in the bottom of the first. We head to the second, 3-1, the Bootleggers in the lead. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Top of the second here at Palm Springs Stadium. Just getting started between the Bootleggers and the Coyotes. Bootleggers leading 3-1. Brock Robb will lead it off, the extra hitter, against Dane Richards. We had a rough first inning and looking to bounce back here in the second. Brock Robb, the extra hitter. First pitch at him is fouled off to the right side. Quickly 0-1. Robb 4 for 12 on the year. 333 average. 0-1 pitch. Misses low on the slider. It's 1-1. Richards, a kick and a delivery home. Catches the outside corner on a fastball, strike 2. 1-2 on the leadoff hitter, Brock Robb. The 1-2 pitch from Richards. Tied him up, and it's a soft ground ball back to Richards, who's going to take it to the bag himself. 1 unassisted.
That's one where he could have tossed to Meager, but he's got some good speed and decided to get the steps in himself for a big first down.
Looks like it's now actually Dallas Yardley at first base. So early substitution for the Coyotes. Here's the first pitch into Nico Sampion. It's a ball outside. It's 1-0. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Misses outside the zone. So it's 2-0 on Sampion, the designated hitter for the Bootleggers today. Richards delivers the 2-0 pitch below the zone, and it's 3-0. Richards is falling behind of a lot of Bootleggers hitters. And that was going to have to come from behind. The 3-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Good fastball elevated up in the zone. 3-1 count. Here it comes. Ground ball to the right side. Losing his footing, his slides. It goes into right field. Bruce Sly didn't make a great break on that ball and ends up empty as it just glanced off his glove and into right field. It's going to be ruled an E4 as Sampion reaches first base. Brings up the top of the lineup and Troy Johnson, who singled and came around to score back in the first. The leadoff hitter. First pitch is on the outside corner, strike one. Fastball at 79.
And both pitchers trying to really find the rhythms on this Sunday morning.
The 0-1 pitch. Another elevated heater. And it's quickly 0-2 on Johnson. The 0-2 pitch to Johnson. Swing and a miss, strike three. Chases back-to-back heaters above the zone. That one came in at 81 from Richards. Johnson strikes out for the second out of the second inning.
That fastball up's been working. It's certainly getting some chases, and that was the fastest pitch thrown of the day by Richards at 81.
Check back on Sampion at first base. He's there in time. Trez Uemoto next up. Swings through that first pitch in. Comes up empty. The heater is working right now for Richards. Uemoto hitting .312 on the year. A double and 2 runs batted in. Walkton came around to score his first time up. Oh, 1-1 on Uemoto. 2 outs, top of the second. 3-1, the Bootleggers lead. That next pitch, Uemoto's able to lay off. The high fastball that the Bootleggers are starting to chase. Richards finding his command with the heater. Now the off-speed pitch is a good one. Nasty slider at 63 that just dropped below the zone. So it's 1-2 on Uemoto after the swing and a miss. 1-2 pitch, runner takes off for second. There will be no throw as the pitch misses low. It's 2-2. Sampion takes second base. And another runner in scoring position for the Bootleggers. Jackson Burnett had absolutely no chance to get Sampion. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt. Nice block. Jackson Burnett behind the plate. Counts 2-2 with 2 outs. Runner on second base. Richards fires to the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike three. A fastball at 79 just off the outside corner. And Dane Richards gives up 0 in the second inning. Big bounce back half inning for Dane Richards. 3-1, the Bootleggers still lead. We head to the home half of the second. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Back here in Palm Springs, bottom of the second, Jay Schultz will lead it off against Christian Maciel. Jay Schultz has been really good to start the season. Takes the first pitch outside, ball one. Schultz 8 for 60 on the year. Good for a 500 average. 3 extra base hits, 2 doubles and a triple, 3 runs bat in. Next pitch misses low and away. It's 2-0. Christian Maciel gave up 1 run in the first inning. It started with the leadoff walk, then was able to shut down this Coyotes lineup. The 2-0 pitch is a fly ball to left field. Troy Johnson coming in, sliding and making the catch. Troy Johnson got a late jump on it, and with Owen Rice coming out from his shortstop position, it was the left fielder, Troy Johnson, who makes a fantastic catch for the first out of the bottom of the second.
Hit into no man's land. It means someone's going to get on their horse. And it's certainly an easier play for the left fielder than Rice running backwards. Really nice sliding catch by the left fielder, helping out his pitcher, trying to settle in here in the second.
Here is Carson Romero stepping to the plate. First pitch is a strike. A curveball, that couple balls off, but called a strike. Our home plate umpire, Ben Sontag. 0-1 on Romero, the extra hitter. Here's the pitch. Comes up empty. Another curveball.
You look at both teams' run differential. Coyotes 3-run differential and the Bootleggers 4 runs, and nearly identical runs scored and runs allowed this season. So both teams are pretty balanced. 2 of the more balanced teams in the league.
Maciel delivers the 0-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. It's 1-2.
Have some good arms that have been consistent, but also have some bats that can hit. 43 runs on the season for the Bootleggers, entering today 46 for the Coyotes, which was right in the middle of the PSCL.
The 1-2 pitch, and Romero waves through and misses the fastball at 78. So the first strikeout for Christian Maciel. So 2 outs here in the second against Christian Maciel. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to Dallas Yardley. A 1-1 on Yardley. Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball into left field. Troy Johnson coming over into left center gap. He makes the catch on the run. Christian Maciel with a scoreless second inning. We head into the third. 3-1 the Bootleggers lead. Or rather, the Bootleggers lead. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Top of the third here at Palm Springs Stadium. It'll be Nicholas Gonzalez leading off, who struck out his first time up. against Dane Richards. Came back in the first. The 3-hitter in the lineup for the Bootleggers this morning. First pitch into him. It's a strike. Fastball at 78, and Richards has been able to command the fastball these past couple innings. Here's the next pitch. It just misses below the zone. Nicholas Gonzalez, 5 for 11, batting just below 500 to start the year. The next pitch is the 1-1 pitch. It misses outside the zone. It's 2-1. Dane Richards, the kick and the delivery. That's a strike. Paints the outside corner. Home plate umpire Ben Sontag.
Richards is certainly settled in for strikeouts on the day, including back-to-back to end the second.
A 2-2 pitch. Just misses outside. Really similar spot. That time it's called the ball. And it's a full count with no outs. Bootleggers looking to get the leadoff runner aboard. The full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gonzalez strikes out for the second time. And a big first out for Dane Richards.
5 strikeouts now for Richards. He's racking up the Ks early.
He's had 2 in the first and the second inning, and it's his first here in the third to bring up Connor Martin, who takes a first pitch strike. First pitch slider from Richards. We haven't seen a lot of first pitch off-speed pitches from the righty. The 0-1 delivery. That misses even more outside. So it's 1-1 with 1 out. 3-1 the Bootleggers lead. All the scoring in the first. 1-1 pitch. Burnett trying to frame it, doesn't get the call.
Certainly starting to see more confident pitching, though, from Richards. Comfortable going to both the slider and the changeup to started bats.
2-1 pitch, that misses inside. A fastball at 75. That is not where he wanted to locate it. Tell by his body language on the mound. But he's been working fairly quickly, Griffin.
Very quick speed.
And already back to throw the 3-1 pitch, and it's fouled back. And it's one thing to do if things are going well and you're moving quickly. But even if you throw a pitch where you don't want it and you're still continuing to just work quickly. The payoff pitch on the ground and up the middle, base hit. Got by the glove of Richards. It's a 1-out single by Connor Martin. He's 2 for 2.
It's interesting with the introduction of the pitch clock in games, and while we don't have a pitch clock here, players are pretty used to that across levels. Pitchers say for the most part they're pretty comfortable with it, and when things are going well, they really enjoy the pitch clock and working quickly, but it's when there's long at-bats and they're struggling that the pitch clock gets more difficult, as Richards checks on Martin, who's back in safely. So when it's a long at-bat or you're struggling with your command, that's often where the pitch clock and that pacing can get more frustrating. But as you said, Richards continuing to work fast no matter the circumstances.
First pitch into Owen Rice. Catches the corner for strike 1.
I think that's a good sign from a pitcher that you're mentally comfortable out there, you have a pace, and you're going to stick with your pace and keep finding your rhythm regardless of what's happening behind you.
Next pitch is fouled off down the third base line as Martin is taken off for second. Connor Martin's had a good day so far. 2 for 2. Scored a run and 2 runs batted in back in the first. And he stands on first base. Now will take his lead with Owen Rice at the plate. We got hit by a pitch his last time up. Here's the 0-2 delivery. It's on the ground. And Bruce Sly at second base. On a second for 1. On a first, double play. 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. Sly to Schultz to Yardley. And the Coyotes get out of the third. Dane Richards works around a 1-out single. Still 3-1 Bootleggers. We head into the bottom of the third. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Back at Palm Springs Stadium, bottom of the third. Christian Maciel on the mound against Lucas Tirado to start. The 10-hitter for the Coyotes takes a first pitch strike. Right in the middle of the zone. 3-1, the Bootleggers lead the Coyotes. An important matchup in the Northern Division in the PSCL. Next pitch just misses outside on the curveball. You also mentioned Maciel has a forkball, but we have not seen it yet. It's been just fastball and curveball. 1-1 on Lucas Tirado. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two.
We're talking about the pitch clock as Tirado calls time. Do you see what happened, Adam, last night in the Rockies-Nationals game?
I did see it ended on a pitch clock violation.
How about that?
Now imagine a playoff game ends in that. That's where it really gets interesting. The 1-2 pitch, it's by Percival, but doesn't matter. With the bases empty, it's 2-2.
It was the bases loaded, a 3-2 count with a tie game in the bottom of the ninth, and a pitch clock violation on the Nationals pitcher walked in the walk-off run.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. It's a full count. It's something that people were worried about when they implemented the pitch clock into the MLB. What happens if a game ends on it? But now, if you're a pitcher, you got to be used to the pitch clock by now and know how to work a little bit quicker. The full count pitch is called a strike on the outside corner. Tirado flipped the bat towards his dugout and is now going to apologize to Ben Sontag. Pitch was outside, but called a strike, about a ball off.
The batter just apologized to the umpire?
I think so.
We're seeing all sorts of new things in baseball. It's good sportsmanship by Tirado. You got to appreciate that. You don't see that every day.
Here's the first pitch into Bruce Sly. It's inside, ball one. I mean, I think that's what he was doing. He gave him a pat on the chest. And I think he was saying, my bad. And that will certainly work here in the PSCL. The next pitch misses inside. It's 2-0.
You see catchers do this all the time. Developing a good relationship with an umpire is important. And you come back up, they like you a little more now. Now maybe you get a little more help on some calls. It's only human nature.
The 2-0 pitch to Sly. That catches the bottom of the zone, strike one.
And I kind of enjoy that dynamic, and there's been a lot of talk lately about moving to an automated strike zone, and that would take that away.
The 2-1 pitch is fouled off down the third base line. And my reasoning against the automated strike zone is framing's so important for catchers.
Yeah.
And
it's part of the game.
It's absolutely part of the game, and I'm sure our very own EJ Sanchez will also tell us that.
Yeah, we got to get EJ's thoughts on that for sure.
I could guess what his thoughts are going to be, and it's stronger than we're thinking against the automated strike zone. The 2-2 pitch, it's popped up, it's on the infield. Trez Uemoto is out one step onto the outfield grass to make the catch.
I'll tell you, Adam, this would be EJ's favorite half inning ever. We've talked about a Rockies win, and we've talked about the importance of catchers. Broadcast friend would be delighted. Hopefully he's listening. He's out in Denver on vacation this weekend.
I heard the other day it wasn't so well when he did PA as Burnett steps to the plate. First pitch, called the ball, caught the lower half of the zone when I think it was Griffin McDaniel asked him about the Dodgers-Rockies game. And the Dodgers ended up scoring 7 runs in the ninth to come back. As that misses low, it's 2-0.
It's a tough part of being a Rockies fan, isn't that ballpark when you're a mile above sea level and the ball flies out of the ballpark with ease. You never know what's going to happen.
The 2-0 pitch, it's lined into center field. That's going to be a base hit. Jackson Burnett has a 2-out singles. It's fumbled around in the outfield a little bit by Connor Martin, but he gets it back in. Jackson Burnett 1 for 2 on the day.
And 6 in a row retired by Maciel, who found a good rhythm, but still just an out away from a scoreless third. Both pitchers, after a little bit of a rocky start, have really settled in and got a good ball game on our hands.
Matthew Figueroa is the courtesy runner at first base for Jackson Burnett. Brings up Nicholas Bosilkovsky. RBI single back in the first and then was picked off at first base on a good pickoff move by Christian Maciel. First pitch misses low. It's 1-0. Figueroa has speed on first base. Not a super sizable lead. Masio, long pause, and Basilkovsky's going to call time. And a lot of times as a hitter, that long pause, you're kind of frozen before the pitch, so you might as well try to reset. So looks like this time we're going to have the 1-0 pitch from Masio. Inside corner, strike one. Fastball at 77. Catches the inner black. 1-1 with 2 outs, bottom of the third. 3-1 Bootleggers. The 1-1 pitch comes home. It's hit out into center field. Connor Martin will come in 2 steps and make the catch. A ball hit well off the bat at 85, but Martin's there to make the snag. 3-1 Bootleggers over the Coyotes. We head into the fourth. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Anthony Carrillo will lead off against Dane Richards in the fourth. First pitch is hit out to center field. Kay Varner is going to come on. It's going to drop in front of him. Leadoff single, Anthony Carrillo in the fourth. First pitch swinging. And the Bootleggers looking to expand on their lead. It's 3-1 here in the fourth.
It's a pitch on the inside of the zone that's keeping the hips still, the wrists tight, and driving a ball up the middle. And Carrillo trying to kickstart the Bootleggers offense that looked so good in the first inning when they played at 3.
Bo Carrier is next up against Richards. Takes a first pitch strike. For Dane Richards, you didn't know how long he was going to go in this game after giving up 3 in the first inning, but is now working into the fourth inning and has been comfortable in the second and the third. Obviously, the 0 on the scoreboard, but also has 3 strikeouts the past 2 innings. The 0-1 pitch catches the lower portion of the zone. It's 0-2.
It's important, too, that Richards gives some length to the Bootleggers, or to the Coyotes, I should say, as they've been playing this is their 4th straight game, so.
As Carrillo takes off for second base, it's looped into right field. It's going to be a base hit. Anthony Carrillo will stop at third base. It's going to be an RBI single by Bo Carrier. And as the second baseman, Bruce Sly, moved over to cover the bag, it left a giant gap on the right side. It was going to be a base hit either way, but now it's runners on the corners with no outs.
That's the reason a hit and run is effective. I'm guessing John Tessier didn't draw that play up there, but it ended up working out well for the Bootleggers, and they have their best opportunity to score since the first.
Evan Percival is next up, struck out in the first. Percival takes the first pitch high, ball one. Carrillo's at third. Careers at first base. Here's the next pitch. Carrer takes off for second base, slides, it's into center field. Carrillo's going to score on the E2. And the Bootlegger is back on the board. It's 4-1. Carrer ends up at second base with the stolen bag and forces the throw from Bermet to go into center field. So the Bootleggers, with some good base running, have forced in another run as the 2-0 pitch is fouled off. It's 2-1. And Percival for one with the K. Another runner in scoring position, Bo Carrer, as that pitch is popped up and fair territory. Nicholas Basilovsky makes the catch. It's the first out of the fourth.
Impressive by the bottom of this lineup, though, for the Bootleggers. Top of the lineup, keyed their 3 spot in the first, and now seeing the bottom of the lineup coming through for John Tessier's squad. He's got a deep squad, 1 through 10.
Career still on second. Brock Robb at the plate takes the first pitch. Upstairs, ball one. Really important first out. A pop-up that keeps Bo Career at second base. The 1-0 pitch misses outside. That was a slider at 65. It's 2-0. Some action in the Coyotes bullpen. It's 2-0 on Robb. Here's the pitch. He swings through and comes up empty.
It's been his best pitch, fastball up in the zone. It's really bothered the Bootleggers all day. Certainly a pitch I think he wants to get back to here in the fourth.
2-1 on Robb, the extra hitter, who grounded out one unassisted. That pitch catches the outside corner. Strike two. So a score update on the turf field through 4. The A's 3, the Rush 1.
Can the A's be stopped at him? They're red hot.
A 2-2 pitch misses outside. It's 3-2. They started off at 1-4, have won 4 straight. They're now 5-4 on the year. And the bats have come to play all year long. The pitching has turned a corner. And they're looking like a top contender in the PSCL. The payoff pitch. Robb comes up empty. A fastball down in the zone. And it's another K for Richards. That's his 6th.
Big strikeout, what you needed here in the fourth. And trying to complete 4 would certainly make the Coyotes manager Cameron Vollmer happy to see here on this 4th consecutive day they're playing ball.
Nico Sampion takes a first pitch strike. The fastball has been working for Richards. Will he go back to it here? The 0-1 pitch. Looks like it was an off-speed pitch and fouled off down the first base line. Just got a piece of the slider, did Sampion. Oh, 0-2 on the lefty Sampion. 2 outs, runner at second. Takes the pitch high and outside. One ball.
Sorry, Adam.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Carson Romero is the righty warming, by the way, for the Coyotes in the bullpen.
The 1-2 pitch catches the outside corner, strike 3. A slider is a backdoor slider. And it's the 2nd strikeout of the inning for Dane Richards. So he's had 2 strikeouts in 3 out of his 4 innings of work. He now has 7 for the game. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The Bootleggers tack on 1 more. It's 4-1 as we head into the bottom of the 4th. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Bottom of the fourth, it's Connor Meager leading off and fouling the first pitch back against Christian Maciel. Oh, and 1 on Meager, who reached on an error in the first. Next pitch is lined in a jumping catch by Rice. He makes the catch. Just had to go up a couple inches up the ladder to make the snag. A line out to shortstop on a well-hit ball by Connor Meager.
Maciel, part of his success here last 3 innings has been his command. Walked and hit a batter in the first. Since then, just 1 base runner was a 2-out single in the third.
First pitch swinging, and Varner comes up empty. A curveball. So it's 0-1 on Varner. He was hit by a pitch. His first at-bat in the first. Maciel. Next pitch misses low. It's 1-1.
Shook off 2 signs from Percival there.
Well, he's ready for the 1-1 pitch. Maciel to the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Another curveball down in the zone.
It's definitely adjustment for battery mates. You have different catchers, different pitchers, and even 2 weeks into the season, these guys very well may be working together for the first time.
2-strike pitch on the way. Maciel delivers to the plate. Inside corner, strike 3. Nasty curveball. Second strikeout of the game for Maciel.
Well, they may be young, but as many of these pitchers on the Bootleggers have really good stuff, high ceilings, and he's looking awfully sharp right now for the Bootleggers.
Christian Arriola next up. First pitch, fly ball right field. Anthony Carrillo goes forward and to his left to make the catch. Quick 1-2-3 inning. Christian Maciel gets the Coyotes 1-2-3. We head to the 5th. Bootleggers still lead 4-1. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Top of the 5th. 4-1 Bootleggers. Adam Oppenheim alongside Griffin Epstein. Dane Richards still in the 5th inning. Has been really solid outside of struggling in the first.
Yeah, 7 strikeouts. Command has been excellent over the last couple innings and hasn't allowed a earned run since the first inning. Signed of a mature pitcher to struggle early and then bounce back and start eating up innings, and he's kept the Coyotes in this ballgame, given their offense a chance. It's just a 3-run deficit.
Troy Johnson, the leadoff hitter, will step in from the right side, take the first pitch outside. Johnson's 1 for 2, the single, and he came around to score in the first. Dame Richards in his 3rd start of the year, 4th appearance On the 1-0 pitch, it's a fly ball into left center field. Kay Varner will come in and make the catch. Ball hung up for a while. And the first out is recorded on the F8 for Richards in his 2 starts. The one on June 15th against the Bombers, he went 3 innings, allowed 3 runs, 1 being earned. And last time out against MLB China DC, as that pitch is in for a strike. He went 7 innings, allowing 5 hits, 2 runs, both being earned. And it came on 2 solo home runs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Uemoto comes up empty. Fastball at 76. Richards is staying in the mid to high 70s on the fastball almost the entire morning. The 0-2 pitch. Just misses outside. That time he ramped it up to 80. Didn't get the call behind the plate. Pitch did miss outside. The 1-2 delivery. Even a couple inches more off the plate.
Just keep him with that quick pace too, and I think that's kept the Bootleggers off balance.
The 2-2 pitch. Just got a piece of it, did Uemoto.
Seen a lot of pitchers in big leagues, minors, independent ball, and they've just really focused on getting a really quick pace. And as I said, when you're in a groove and you're working fast, I mean, you can be unhittable.
2-2 pitch. Misses high, and the count's suddenly full.
And an at-bat goes so quickly as a batter, you're walking back to the dugout. You blinked and you're walking back, and you're like, what just happened?
Doesn't give you a whole lot of time to think and digest the pitches, but the payoff pitch is ripped down the first base line. Fair ball into right field. Uemoto makes the turn for second base. He's in there standing up with a 1-out double here in the 5th.
Second extra base hit of the morning for the Bootleggers. Looking for some insurance here in the 5th, and the best way to slow down a pitcher, get some runners on base.
Trez Uemoto on second base with his second double and extra base hit of the year. Brings up Nicholas Gonzalez. First pitch to him is outside. Ball 1. One to 0 on Gonzalez. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's looped into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Uemoto is going to be held at third base by John Tessier. So it's runners on the corners with no outs here in the 5th. And we'll have a mound meeting from Cameron Vollmer. And it looks like the day is going to be done for Dane Richards, who goes 4 1/3, is responsible for 2 guys on. Coyotes are going to turn to a new pitcher. We'll tell you about the new pitcher and more coming up after this. Top of the 5th, 4-1 Bootleggers. Stay with us. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Back at Palm Springs Stadium, the Bootleggers lead the Coyotes 4-1 in the top of the fifth, and looking to expand on this lead is Connor Martin facing the new pitcher Carson Romero, the right-hand pitcher, 5'10", 150. He's pitched 2 innings. It was against the A's. Allowed 1 hit, 1 run that was unearned. Back just 3 days ago. First pitch to Martin is a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Fastball at 81. Uemoto started the rally with a 1-out double into right field, followed by Nicholas Gonzalez with a base hit to center field. So it's runners on the corners with 1 out. Next pitch misses high, and it's 1-1.
Third time the lineup is always tough, and after Richards had found some rhythm, heart of the lineup, Uemoto and Gonzalez get things back and going for this hot Bootleggers offense.
Connor Martin faces a 1-1 count. Open stance. He's going to close it up as he steps forward. As that pitch catches the inside corner, strike 2.
Romero throwing hard, sitting 82-83. I've seen a pitch already up to 85.
2 strikes on Martin with 2 on. Gonzalez is going to take off for second as that's line into right center field. That's going to get down. Sliding at second base as Gonzalez is going to have to get up and run to third base. He's going to be in there, so it's an RBI single by Connor Martin. And it's 5-1 Bootleggers.
I don't know if he fell or or thought it was a grounder and thought the need to slide, but either way, the Bootleggers 3 straight hits, and they have 5 on the board.
It was actually Kenny Booth running there, currently at third base.
And John Tessier likes to use him as a courtesy runner with his speed, but I guess his legs got the best of him that time.
Martin maybe looking to take off for second here. He's in a stance, and there he goes for second. The pitch is high. There's going to be a throw down to second. That's going to be cut off by Sly. Smart play there. So stolen bag Connor Martin. 2 more in scoring position. So Kenny Booth running for Nicholas Gonzalez at third base. And Connor Martin's at second base after an RBI single and a stolen base. Owen Rice at the plate. It's on the ground to the shortstop. Schultz, it gets by him, and it goes into center field. He booted it away. 2 more runs are going to score on the E6. It's a 7-1 ball game. The Bootleggers have blown it open here in the 5th. A hard grounder at 93 off the bat of Rice. It scores 2 more runs for the Bootleggers. Anthony Carrillo at the plate. Another runner takes off for second. Here's the throw down. Schultz able to make the leaping catch. Wow. Fantastic catch by Jay Schultz. A throw was high.
John Tessier continues to be aggressive on the base pass. That's 5 stolen bases now today for the Bootleggers.
First pitch missed. Here's the next pitch. It's outside. It's 2-0. And it's Mason Rowetter behind the plate after Jackson Burnett has been subbed out. Anthony Carrillo. Take the next pitch from Romero. Just low. Corner home plate umpire Ben Sontag. It's also interesting on that ball, the shortstop, John DeCesar, just got out of the way, and Schultz was not able to get it on the ground. Next pitch is a strike right down the pipes.
Saw an umpire get nailed yesterday in the night game here at Palm Springs Stadium.
Yeah, you want to ask if we had the video. I said, we have the video, including when I said the ball was hit at like 95 miles per hour. So really no chance to get out of the way.
Yeah, he seemed okay, though, luckily. It's always scary and ball in the infield. And yeah, that's about as hard as it is to get out of the way. And I'll certainly have to take one for the team sometimes.
2-2 on Carrillo with 1 out. The pitch from Romero. Misses low, rather, it was a 3-2 count. Ball 4, and it's first and second with 1 out.
Chance for the Bootleggers here to completely bust this game open. Already have 3 across, and with the error on the shortstop, Romero's still looking for his first out.
Here's the first pitch in to Bo Carrer, and it's going to be a diving catch, not able to be made by Lucas Tirado. 1 run's going to score in Rice. Carrillo is going to be held at third base. It's a RBI double by Bo Carrer. The hit parade continues. The 4th hit of the inning, the 2nd double for the Bootleggers here in the 5th. And it's 8-1. The Bootleggers flexing their muscle. Brings up Evan Percival. First pitch to Percival. Jay Schultz will field it up the middle, fire to first in time. As another run comes in to score, Anthony Carrillo. RBI ground out 6-3 for Evan Percival.
Bootleggers keep on putting bats on balls, aggressive base running, and has been a impressive display of offense here today.
And we're going to have a rollover inning, so the run's going to count for Bo Carrer as he comes in from third to score. That's going to go as an unearned run, but another run on the board. So the Bootleggers score 6 in the inning. It's a 10-1 ball game. We head into the bottom of the 5th. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium, bottom of the 5th. Christian Maciel still on the mound will face Jay Schultz. And his 48th pitch of the game is a strike, so working pretty efficiently, about 12,
Really efficient, yeah.
12 pitches an inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch into Schultz, right back up, and Maciel into center field to base hit. Got his legs out of the way. And it's a leadoff knock for Jay Schultz.
One of the hardest hit pitches of the day, and Schultz got robbed on a diving catch by Troy Johnson back in the 2nd. But often, most things kind of even out in the game of baseball, and responds with a base hit here in his 2nd plate appearance.
It's now a 7-game hitting streak for Jay Schultz, as he's going to be checked on at first base in time.
How about Bolsakovsky? He's got an 8-game hit streak now, and Schultz at 7. A couple batters that are red hot for the Coyotes, but they got a big hole to dig out of today.
Only scored 1 run here today. Christian Maciel with a fantastic start, and the run came back in the 1st inning. Pitch catches the inside corner for a strike. It's 0-1 on Carson Romero. who's now pitching as well for the Coyotes. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Masio. Good block by Percival. Taken off for second is Schultz. He's in there in time. So it's probably going to be credited as a wild pitch, you would think. Because it didn't look like he was taken off for second right away. It looked like it was more on the bounce he took off. Although it's up to the scorer's point of view. Next pitch to Carson Romero is outside. So it's 2-1.
Schultz gets the stolen base. Good jump. Beat the throw. Delayed steal.
The 2-1 pitch. It's in the dirt. Nice block, Percival. Count moves to 3-1. A hitter's count for Carson Romero. Christian Maciel has walked one batter. That was to start the game. And Bruce Slides also hit a batter in Cade Varner, but that all came back in the first. The 3-1 pitch. Catches the inside corner. Really good curveball.
Yeah, that pitch has been working really nicely all day.
Trez Uemoto holding on Schultz at second base. Now we'll shift back to his second base position as the 3-2 pitch is fouled back. So it stays at a full count.
Nice number of fans again here today for the PSCL. Got a full-on tent set up in the stands. The fans came prepared today. Another great day for baseball. A Sunday off for many families across Southern California. Penultimate weekend in June.
Here's the payoff pitch. It's in the dirt. Ball 4 gets by Percival. Advancing to third base is Schultz on the first walk since the first inning for Christian Maciel.
That's going to lead to some action starting in the Bootleggers pen all the way into the 5th for Maciel, but showing some signs of fatigue here to start the 5th inning. Good news for him is that his offense gave him plenty of wiggle room by putting up the crooked number in the top half of the 5th, a 9-run lead now.
Next up for the Coyotes is Dallas Yardley. Runners at first and third. No outs. First pitch called the strike. Catches the bottom of the zone. So 0-1 on Yardley. Flew out to left field's first time up. Romero takes off for second. They're going to throw down. It's going to be cut off by the second baseman, Uemoto. We've seen a lot more of that. Throwing down to second, maybe trying to catch the runner from third, taking off for home, and then you get him at the plate.
Yeah, it's always a tough decision for a catcher, and you see most teams on the base pass like to push the envelope there and force the fielders to try to make a play.
Next pitch to Yardley. By him on a fastball. It's 78. Maciel, elevated high cheese. The 1-2 pitch for Maciel. Soft ground ball right off his glove. Yardley's going to beat it out at first base. Infield's RBI single for Dallas Yardley. A ball that wasn't hit particularly hard. Just 60 off the bat. Hit the glove of Maciel. And not much you can do there as a pitcher.
Oh, it's a tough comebacker and stuck the glove out to stop the ball from going into center, but that's why you hit balls up the middle. They're always so hard to field.
So the first 3 have reached in the 5th for the Coyotes. It's 10-2. Bootleggers here in the bottom of the 5th. Lucas Tirado takes the first pitch outside ball 1. So let's see how this at-bat plays out after he struck out looking. Flipped the bat thinking it was a walk and then apologized to our home plate umpire, Ben Sontag. That pitch catches the bottom of the zone, strike 1.
And you got to like the polite guys on the field. Tirado's a Southern Florida guy from Miami-Dade Community College.
1-1 to Lucas Tirado. Outside corner, strike 2.
It's that Southern hospitality, Adam.
Nice curveball there. Yeah, Tirado, great guy. Usually wears that ninja headband too. That's pink. Not wearing it today. It's the 1-2 pitch. Misses just outside the plate. 2-2.
I like the helmet though, Adam. That almost looks like it could be an Indiana football helmet. The crimson and cream, 2 white stripes down the middle, red in the middle.
Could be, and then you'd have a jersey that's misspelled somehow. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's fouled off behind the netting. That was one of the most awkward days in Indiana Bloomington when that jersey was not.
It was just one. You know, there's hundreds of jerseys, over 100 jerseys on a football team, and Indiana is a tough word to spell. Someone had a mistake in the sewing shop that morning.
Happens to the best of us.
It really does. Spelling is very difficult. At least for most of us. I know there's someone up here in the booth, but spelling is not so difficult for her.
Yeah. Ethan Gamulka, 45th in the spelling bee when he was a kid.
The Scripps National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
It was on ESPN.
Yes. The National Spelling Bee.
So if you ever come to Palm Springs Stadium and need some spelling help, just ask for Ethan, and I'll be here for you all night.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Curveball down in the zone. Tirado goes down swinging and struck out twice.
It's a big strikeout for Maciel. Bootleggers have plenty of action in the bullpen. He's trying to get through 5 here, and if he can, that would be enough for most likely to earn him the win today.
It's always so tough in a 7-inning game. You still need to go 5 innings. As Bruce Sly pops up the first pitch behind home plate. I always think those are going to come close to the booth when they pop up and we lose track of them. But somehow they never land in front of us.
I was ready. Hopefully not on one of our cars in the parking lot behind us.
I would definitely agree with that statement.
It's only a rite of passage, though, if you're at a ballpark.
The 0-1 is off the outside corner. It's 1-1 with 1 out. You know, you take the risk so you don't have to walk the long distance. And by long, I mean a 3-minute walk. The 1-1 pitch is going to be a fly ball into left center field. Troy Johnson's moving over. Instead, it's going to be Connor Martin who's going to make the catch. Coming in to score is Carson Romero on the sacrifice fly for Bruce Sly. So the Coyotes have scored 2 here in the 5th. It's 10-3. And John Tessier coming out to the mound to talk with his pitcher, Christian Maciel, who I'm sure wants to stay in and try to get this last out and have a chance to earn the win.
Yeah, this might be one where John Tessier comes out saying, I think we should pull you, but Maciel's saying, give me one more. We got some run support. I want to earn this win. I'm 1 away. Let me have this. And in the end, the pitcher, I think, wins that argument more times than not, and that's certainly what happened here. John Tessier's walking back to the dugout and still just looking over at his bullpen.
Last time out, Christian Maciel went 4 1/3, which was a season high, allowing 5 runs, all being earned. Now looking to complete 5. Be a summer high. First pitch to Jackson Burnett is outside, ball 1. And you're getting in this middle of this lineup again for the 3rd time. That's when the averages tend to go up. The 1-0 pitch, it's in the dirt, taking off for second base. And the throw goes into center field. Dallas Yardley stole second base and will stay there as good backup by Connor Martin. Ball was thrown so high and far off that it actually ends up being a positive thing for the Bootleggers, because Martin was able to just run in and scoop it up to avoid Yardley getting to second base. 2-0 on Burnett. Christian Maciel. 1 more out to complete 5 innings, allowing 3 runs. That will help. A pitch that catches the outside corner, strike 1, a fastball at 78. Two and 1 is the count on Jackson Burnett. Yardley at second. The 2-1 pitch. Line drive, first baseline, foul. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard with 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs. Yardley at second. 10-3 ball game, bottom 5. Masio will step off the mound. Two and two on Jackson Burnett. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a single in the third. The 2-2 pitch, it's on the ground. The shortstop, Rice, who bobbles and will collect and fire and make the play in time. He bobbled the ball, pump faked, hesitated, and threw to first in time to still get Burnett. Good play by Rice at shortstop. Maciel has gone 5 and can earn the win if the Bootleggers hang on to this game. 10-3, we head into the 6th. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Back here in the top of the 6th, the Bootleggers lead the Coyotes 10-3. Coyotes at 5-4 on the year coming in. Bootleggers at 5-3. It's Brock Robb leading off against Lucas Tirado, who's pitched a third of an inning as that pitch is fouled back. It was 2 days ago against the Haymakers. Faced 2 batters. Had a strikeout. An intentional walk. And a balk. Interesting. That pitch is also a strike. It's 0-2.
You don't gotta mention the balk, Adam. Come on. Gotta throw him under the bus like that.
I was just wondering, because I haven't seen a balk yet in the PSCL. But it must have happened, I guess. The 0-2 pitch is fouled off.
No, I think I've seen at least 2.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen one.
Maybe it's just me.
I think there might have been one in the Palm Springs Power game.
There was a couple. I think there's been a couple there too.
Those I do remember, because I might have been at the games. So the 0-2 pitch is fouled off to the right side.
That's one I think the pitch clock can affect the balk a little bit. If you're rushing, you're out of rhythm, you're stepping off after you started your windup. It's a way for a pitcher certainly to get thrown off. Certainly as opposing team, you want to cause those balks.
The 0-2 pitch from Tirado is fouled off. It stays at 0-2.
If you're stealing bases, taking big leads, aggressive, dancing, distracting, that's going to lead to balks, which are one of the more unique, unusual plays in a way in baseball. I always find balks are a good test of baseball fans to see if they really know the game. If you know what a balk is, then you're a true baseball fan.
The 0-2 pitch catches the outside corner, strike 3. Fastball at 70 paints the corner, and the first out of the 6 is recorded via the backwards K. Brings up Nico Sampian. The left-hander steps in. 0 for 2 on the day with the strikeout. First pitch in for a strike. Looks Tirado throwing a lot of strikes so far. Usually main position is the outfield as that pitch is fouled off by Sampian. Quickly 0-2.
Second game today we got on the broadcast, Adam, and will be DC China and the Haymakers. Wrap up the week. Looking forward to being on the call with that for that one.
Here's the 0-2 pitch into Sampian. That's in the dirt. It's 1-2.
And well, with DC China had about 15 more players they added to their roster a couple of days ago. Late arrivals. Big squad now. Over 30 players. Looking forward to seeing some of their new guys on the diamond this afternoon.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's grounded to first base and off the glove of Dallas Yardley. It's going to be an E3. So a runner on first, Nico Sampian. Brings up Kenny Booth, the pinch hitter for Troy Johnson. Booth usually in as a pinch runner, and now he's going to get his chance in an at-bat here. 6 plate appearances, 5 at-bats. Be a great time for his first knock. Bootleggers lead the Coyotes 10-3 in the top of the 6th. 1 out, 1 on. Fouls the first pitch back.
I was talking to Kenny a little bit a couple days ago about the Bootleggers, and he mentioned how young the team is, yet they're kind of all acting like veterans. They gelled really quickly, a lot of energy in the dugout. They show up to work every day having a lot of fun, and there's no weak links on this team.
Sampian at first base. Tirado, pickoff move towards first base. Sampian's back in time.
Got to give credit to John Tessier, too. Younger manager, local guys, worked a lot with College of the Desert, California Post Grad as well, which plays both down at COD's field and here at Palm Springs Stadium.
The 0-1 pitch. By him on a fastball at 73.
Certainly having some veterans can be helpful, but sometimes youth is good as well and brings a new level of energy, and it's certainly working well for the Bootleggers, who are 6 more outs away from moving to 6-3 on the season.
Lucas Tirado on the mound, the lefty will take a throw back to first base. Yardley catches it right above the dirt. It was a long 5th inning by the Bootleggers that blew this game wide open. They scored 6 in the 5th. Coyotes answered with 2 in the bottom of the 5th, but it's a 10-3 ball game. The 0-2 pitch misses high, just above the zone. It's 1-2. Kenny Booth faces a 1-2 count against Lucas Tyrado. Another throw back to first. That time it gets by Yardley. Advancing to second is Sampion. Yardley still doesn't have it, but Sampion not running particularly hard over to second. It's going to be an E1. So 2 errors in the inning. And you wonder if Cameron Vollmer is going to talk to Tyrado about not worrying so much about the runner, because it's not like he was just tossing it over there. He was throwing it hard, and Sampion was not looking to take off for second base. That was one of the shortest meetings I've ever seen.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, Adam. That's probably just saying don't do that again. You just got to focus on the hitter, especially this point in the game. Focused on development, getting better. And don't need to worry about the runner right here with 1 out. Got to focus on the batter, especially with 2 strikes. Yep, you have the advantage.
1-2 pitch to Booth. Misses outside. It's 2-2. 1 out. Sampion's on second base. He reached on an E3. Got the second on an E1. 10-3. Bootleggers in control. They've doubled up the Coyotes in terms of hits, 8-4. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Booth goes down swinging for the second out of the 6th. It will be Nathan Durant, the pinch hitter for Trez Uemoto. First pitch to Durant is inside. Ball 1. So Booth pinch hit for Troy Johnson. And Nathan Durant in for Trez Uemoto. The right-hander, who's 6'6", 200, steps in. He is all of 6'6", so tall in the batter's box. That pitch is fouled off. It's 1-1.
Certainly a good build. It's the start of a really good baseball player for sure.
Looks like we are going to get to 7 innings today, unless the bottom of the 6th is really long, or the top of the 6th, the last out, takes a long time. As that pitch misses low, it's 2-1.
Durant plays in your neck of the woods, Adam, at Wabansie Community College in Aurora. It's a Chicago suburb.
It's a really solid place to play baseball. A lot of good colleges down there, I must say. That 2-1 pitch is in the dirt. It's 3-1.
I got the name right? Wabansie?
Wabansie.
It's a fun name, too.
There's also Wabansie High School in Naperville, one of the biggest suburbs. It's 3-1 on Durant. In fact, we're seeing a team from Illinois to face the Palm Springs Power as Durant has a shallow pop-up into left center field. Jay Schultz will come on, or go backwards and make the catch, rather, to retire the side. Lucas Tyrado, scoreless top of the 6th inning, right to the bottom of the 6th. Coyotes trying to mount a comeback. They trail 10-3. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. New pitcher on the mound for the Bootleggers here to start the bottom of the 6th. Christian Masio went 5 innings, allowing 3 runs. It's Brian Lockhart taking over for the 6th. He's pitched in 1 game this year. It was 1 inning and allowed 3 runs. Not exactly usually a pitcher, usually behind the plate. First pitch is in there for a strike on the inside corner from Ren Lake College. 6'1", 195. First pitch is at 85. Next one is below the zone at 84.
He's throwing hard and the hat's flying off. Gotta get that over the long, mangy brown hair.
Yeah, I know all the different hat sizes. I'll tan some of those out. Small, medium, medium, large, large, extra large.
You have a especially large head, which is a good sign because it means you have a bigger brain.
Does it? The 2-0 pitch. Misses outside.
That's supported by science or not.
Not sure it is.
I like to think as someone with a larger than average head, I have a larger than average brain, but I believe the science would beg to differ on that.
The 3-0 pitch misses outside. It's now 3-1. Nicholas Bosokovsky. It's 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the first. Next pitch in. Upstairs, ball 4. He reaches again. Nicholas Bosokovsky just put together good at-bat after good at-bat.
Certainly one of the stars of the PSCL. Favorite to be selected for the PSCL All-Star team to play on the 4th of July. It's only about a week and a half away. The showcase for PSCL players to play against the Palm Springs Power at night in front of 4,000 people.
Connor Meager takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. That is going to be a fantastic night. I cannot wait.
We've been counting down the days.
1-0 to Meager. Here's the pitch. It misses low. It's 2-0.
The only shame about the 4th of July is Johnny Chestnut isn't going to be in the hot dog eating contest that morning. That's going to feel like a hole in my heart on the 4th of July.
Well, we can try to eat some hot dogs for him. We'll just have 50 at a time, right? Swing and a miss, strike 1.
I don't know. It's death, taxes, and Johnny Chestnut wins the Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest on July 4th. But I guess it'll be exciting. We have to tune in and see who wins this year because he's not there.
That's true. Would have been the heavy betting favorite. The 2-1 pitch misses high. It's 3-1.
And the dispute, if you weren't following it, was because he got a sponsorship deal with vegan hot dogs, which are very good if you haven't tried them before. Highly recommend.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. It misses outside, ball 4. So back-to-back walks for Lockhart. And John Tessier will walk out onto the mound. Certainly don't want to give the Coyotes any signs of life. Though you do wonder if this inning goes longer and then hits the 2-hour, 10-minute mark if they don't go into the 7th. I'm still sort of up in the air. Usually if it's close, they're going to push it to the next inning.
Yeah, certainly a possibility. With Coyotes, they don't, this is 4th straight game playing, so they're a little thin on their bullpen, but the Bootleggers are coming off a day off, so they have more depth, but looking to get Lockhart some reps after Masio went an impressive 5 innings and is in line for the save.
So Lockhart is trying to focus back in. Looks like it's Matthew Figueroa at the plate for Cade Varner, if I'm reading the number correctly. First pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Looks like it is Matthew Figueroa, number 13, in for Cade Varner, who was 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch. Figueroa has his first at-bat of the game. Pinch ran earlier in the game as a courtesy runner. Next pitch into him is low. It's 2-0. Gotta throw strikes if you're Brian Lockhart. You have a 7-run lead in the 6th in a 7-inning game. Here's the 2-0 pitch. This is above the zone. It's 3-0. It's going to be interesting to see at the end of this game how many unearned runs the Coyotes gave up, because they have 6 errors on the scoreboard. Not been pretty defensively for Cam Vollmer's squad. 3-0 on Figueroa. Lockhart's pitch. That's right down the center of the plate. Strike one.
Excited, though, for that PSCL All-Star versus Power game on the 4th of July, 6 p.m. here at Palm Springs Stadium. If you're in the area, it's the best 4th of July fireworks celebration, certainly in the region. Can't beat baseball and fireworks.
3-1 pitch. Misses just above the zone. Ball 4, and the bases are full. 3 straight walks for Brian Lockhart. And already action in the Bootleggers bullpen. Brings up Christian Areola.
It's Bo Carrere getting loose in the Bootleggers pen.
First pitch to Areola. Catches a piece of the bottom of the zone, strike one.
And the Bootleggers, or the Coyotes, I should say, are a swing away from making this a competitive ball game again.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Areola. It's a pop fly down the first base line. It's going to be Booth coming over, can't make the catch. Kenny Booth in right field for Anthony Carrillo. So it's quickly 0-2 on Christian Areola.
Big bounce back to start for Lockhart. Finally getting ahead of a batter, trying to settle in and find the zone here in the 6th. Just 6 more outs needed for a big Bootleggers victory. Go just 2 games back, or just 1 game back, I should say, the Blue Sox for first place in the Northern Division.
Coyotes not going away quietly. They came up with a big 5-2 win in 8 innings yesterday in a thriller against the Colonials. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It misses high. Ball 1. That was the best game I've seen in the PSCL this year. That was absolutely fantastic baseball, pitching, and all around some defensive web gems. The Coyotes tied the game in the 7th with 1 and then scored 3 in the 8th. As that's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Areola strikes out swing. A fastball at 84.
The Coyotes have chased that fastball up all game. That was really effective for Maciel, and now Lockhart uses it for his first strikeout.
Brings up Jay Schultz, just the guy the Coyotes want up. Usually hitting out of the leadoff spot. Singled and came around to score in the 5th. First pitch into Schultz, taken low and away. Ball 1. It's pretty much been all fastballs for Brian Lockhart. Lockhart at the belt. The delivery. Misses high. Ball 2. Boslakowski at third. Meager at second. Figueroa at first base. Bases full of Coyotes. 10-3 game. Bottom of the 6th. 2-0 on Schultz with 1 out. The 2-0 pitch. Way away. And it's 3-0. In danger of forcing home a run. 3 balls, 0 strikes. Bases loaded. The 3-0 pitch from Lockhart. That's right down the center of the plate. Strike 1. Three-one hitters count still for Schultz. The 3-1 pitch. Catches the outside corner. Strike 2. The count is suddenly full with 1 out. Lockhart will get the sign, and here comes the payoff pitch. Popped up into left center field. Owen Rice going out. He's under it. He makes the catch. Here comes the tag and the throw to the plate. It's over the head of Percival. Runners are going to advance. Boslakowski comes in to score. Meager moves over to third. Varner to second. On the E6, it was nearly a fantastic play by Owen Rice. He had a chance to get Boslakowski at the plate.
The ball is typically, you'd see a sac fly. A ball would need to be hit much deeper. You wouldn't see a ball caught by a shortstop tagging, but aggressive base running, why not? When you're the Coyotes trailing by 7 runs, and it pays off as Rice just sailed that baseball. If it was on target, it would have been a bang-bang play.
First pitch is high to Carson Romero, and you're thinking you give Bosolkowski the opportunity to tag if a shortstop's going out. If outfield's coming in with momentum going forward, you're most likely not tagging on that.
Yeah, that's certainly the case where Rice is off balance, and that certainly was part of the somewhat wild throw.
Meager on third, Figueroa on second. A 2-0 count is called a strike. Suddenly there's 2 outs, and the Coyotes would love a couple more runs here to at least give themselves a chance in the 7th. The 2-1 pitch. Misses high, it's 3-1. Carson Romero's 0 for 1 with a walk. Scored back in the 5th. It was the E6 that allowed Meager to go to third and Figueroa to second. The 3-1 pitch comes up empty. Fastball at 83, Romero well behind the pitch. 3-2 with 2 outs. Here's a giant full count pitch. Misses low, ball 4. Bases are loaded. John Tessier still continuing to sit down. And it looks like Brian Lockhart will continue. 10-4 ball game, bases loaded. Tying bats still in the dugout. First pitch is taken high as Dallas Yardley steps to the box. Meager at third, Figueroa at second, Romero at first base. 4 walks in the inning and a sacrifice fly. That next pitch is a blooper to the second baseman who's able to make the catch. That's Nathan Durant for the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the top of the 7th, 10-4. The Bootleggers lead the Coyotes. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Top of the 7th, final inning. Bootleggers back up to hit. They lead 10-4 over the Coyotes. 8-4, the Bootleggers have out-hit the Coyotes. Coyotes have made 6 errors to the Bootleggers 1. First pitch in to Nicholas Gonzalez is taken low from Lucas Tirado, who is in his second inning of work. Do have a score on the turf field. Rush 5, A's 4. The A's finally lose the game. 4-game winning streak comes to an end. There's a soft little pop fly to third base. Throw by Basilkovsky, and Yardley is able to make the tag on Gonzalez in time. Just blooped it up in the air a little bit, and Gonzalez is going to be thrown out 5-3. Really solid play by Basilkovsky, who points at his first baseman, Yardley, who was able to reel in the throw that was off target and place the tag on Gonzalez for the first out of the 7th.
Basilkovsky does everything he hits. Good hot corner. He's got dirt all over his jersey, full on effort. One of the great players in this league.
Connor Martin, fly ball right field, and making the catch. The Coyotes.
It's the first time Martin's gotten out, though, today. He's had a day. 3 for 3, 2 runs, 2 driven in, including a big 2 RBI double in the first.
That was Jackson Brumette making the catch out in right field. But you're right. Martin has had a huge day, and Coyotes finally able to get him out, but is it too late? He did a lot of damage. 2 outs, and the first pitch is outside to Owen Rice. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Reached on an air and scored in the 5th. Hit by a pitch in the 1st. Tirado trying to give his offense a chance, trying to hold the lead at 6 runs. Be a miraculous comeback, but we've seen crazy things happen in the game of baseball.
Martin plays his baseball, Mineral Area Community College. It's in Park Hills, Missouri.
Here's the next pitch to Rice. It's high.
It's exciting how many baseball players we have from all over the country. There's certainly some locals, plenty of SoCal guys, but it feels like there's a player almost from every state, over 200 guys here in the PSCL, and of course a whole team from China as well.
Yeah, we'll see that game after against the Haymakers here at Palm Springs Stadium. Adam Oppenheim, Griffin Epstein taking you the entire morning. Here's a 3-1 pitch, and that's fouled back just above the press box. Man, that was close. It was to our left, to be fair. But, Griffin, you were ready to make the play.
I was ready. I was jumping out of my chair. That was going to put me on SportsCenter, Adam. So close.
Da-na-na, da-na-na. Full count pitch. Fouled off. Well, you don't get that many chances as a broadcaster. I caught BP last year over the summer. That was a lot of fun. It was the most fun I've had in quite some time playing a sport. I was like, wow. It's way harder to catch than you think when it's coming off the bat compared to just tossing it with a friend. Full count pitch popped up on the infield. Bruce Sly just in front of the outfield grass. He'll make the catch. 1-2-3 inning by Lucas Tirado. We head to the bottom of the 7th. The Bombers need 6 at least. Or rather, the Coyotes need 6 at least. 10-4 Bootleggers as we head into the bottom of the 7th. You're watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. bottom of the 7th inning. And it's Lucas Tirado going to be hitting against Bo Carer. The next pitch in, Tirado, it's inside from Carer. Counts 2-0, so new pitcher in for the Bootleggers. They lead 10-4 in the 7th.
Quartz Hill High School in Lancaster. There's 4 guys from Quartz Hill High School on this Bootleggers squad. Good program out in the Antelope Valley, about an hour and a half northwest of here. You get to take the beautiful Pear Blossom Highway to Lancaster.
It's going to be a pop-up. Is it going to be playable? It will be. Nice catch at third base for the Bootleggers. That's J.C. Ramirez. After Carer has played third, it's J.C. Ramirez subbing over there. And as they say, the ball finds you when you sub into the game. Brings up Bruce Sly, who's going to hit for the 4th time today. First pitch misses. Ball 1.
Well, we know, Adam, Bruce is a pretty good golfer. He was at a Palm Springs Power game the other night. He volunteered for the putting contest.
So the 1-0 pitch catches the outside corner. It's 1-1.
It's pretty tough. We've only had one guy hole it all year, which happened on Wednesday, but he almost became the second. It was maybe an inch away from holing it, and he won the contest against his buddy.
The 1-1 pitch misses inside. It's 2-1. That was an impressive showing. He tried to do it, I think it was the night before, and I'm like, I think we already got a couple people, but if you tell someone ahead of time, maybe you can make it happen. If you come out to Palm Springs Stadium, it could be you. Ground ball, third base, J.C. Ramirez boots it, throws, not going to be in time. It's going to be ruled, you would think, an error on Ramirez, who couldn't handle it right away.
It's a bang play over at first. Long throw. Certainly Ramirez would have liked a second chance at it, but good running by Sly, who has his first base hit of the day.
Be ruled a hit, so it brings up Jackson Brumett. Carer's first pitch into him is right back up the middle. The second baseman steps on the bag for one on the first double play. 4-3 double play. Finishes off the game, and just like that, Bo Carer faces the minimum number of batters. The double play ends the game as the Bootleggers win 10-4 over the Coyotes.
Well, an impressive showing by the Bootleggers today. They improved to 6-3. They've won 2 in a row after a 3-game losing streak, day off, and they certainly look like the team that started the season 4-0. They're just a game back of the Blue Sox in the Northern Division. This team is young, but Adam, I mean, they've got some good young starters that typically start games well for them, and top to bottom in their lineup, they got a lot of skill. It was the top of the lineup that really keyed their 3-run first, and then they put up the put-away blow, the 6 runs in the 5th, and that was keyed by the bottom of their lineup. So top to bottom, a lot of talented players. It's young, but they clearly have a lot of energy. They've gelled under a young coach in Don Tessier, and they're certainly going to be a force to be reckoned with. Credit to Christian Maciel, who got off to a slow start, then really settled in. Guy who just graduated from high school, 5 quality innings, a well-deserved save, and an impressive showing by Connor Martin, who led the way, 2 runs, 2 RBIs, and 3 hits for the Bootleggers.
Final lines for the Bootleggers: 10 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. For the Coyotes, 4 runs, 5 hits, 6 errors. Coyotes fall to 5-5. Bootleggers improve to 6-3. We'll be back in about 20 to 30 minutes around with MLB DC China against the Haymakers. For my partner Griffin Epstein, our statistician Ethan Gamolka, I'm Adam Oppenheim saying so long. We'll see you in a short bit for MLB DC China against the Haymakers. You've been watching PSCL Baseball on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Again, the final score, the Bootleggers 10, the Coyotes 4.